Yes, my people, finally, the World Cup has officially begun. That is certainly the feeling I had after watching this game, man. Two teams of the highest caliber going pound for pound against each other. Anyways, before I move on, I just want to find out from you guys, am I the only one who keeps on having flashbacks of his starting 11s, Hugo Bros, and that opening fixture, and the anger just reignites all over again? Because if anything, I have not seen a single national team in this tournament playing or compromising their style of play rather, or their formation just to cater for the opponent. Everyone is stuck with their guns. Yeah, but anyways, let's get into the game, right? Before I lose my head all over again. I do want to make this point so that it adds context to what I'm about to say, right? This is the reason why if France are always going to be at the elite level when it comes to international football. It's because they have such a huge pool of talent, right? And that's mainly because they source in these players at a very young age. They source them in from the neighboring countries in Africa, the countries that are close to the northern region, like Morocco, Algeria, Senegal, and the likes. But what ends up happening is that when these boys realize, well, I may not make it at the elite level of football playing for France, that's when we get to see them reverting back to their roots now and coming back to their teams in Africa, which is what we saw with this number 6, Morocco today. He was playing for majority of his career as a junior level. He was playing with the France, right? But before this World Cup, literally a month ago, that's when he decided to switch his allegiances and play for Morocco. Otherwise, we wouldn't have seen him, right? And this is what the World Cup is about, uncovering special talents and introducing us to football players we knew nothing about. What an exceptional player, man. And just to continue with my point, you look at Brahim Diaz as well. He was playing for Spain in the junior ranks, but as soon as he hit international level, he realized, well, I'm not going to make it here. Let me switch to Morocco. So, majority of the players you see in that Moroccan team, most of them are coming from Europe. Most of them, during their junior phases, they were developed in Europe. They were playing for France, for Spain, and all these other countries, Portugal, you name it. Which is why you get to see teams like Morocco being able to compete pound for pound with teams like Brazil, right? It's because they benefit from all these European rejects. When players realize, but they can't make it in Europe, they come back to Morocco, they come back to Senegal, they come back. You get my point, but they still maintain that their talents, of course, right? They still have those fundamentals from the development structures in Europe. So maybe essentially that's what Bruce was saying about we must flock the international market with youngsters so that if they fail there, they can come back to us and we can utilize them. At least they got the proper development they need. But anyways, man, just to touch on the game, Morocco were head and shoulders above Brazil, right? They looked the better side. And they could actually be the first African team, if anything, to win the World Cup because we've seen their performance levels, they have not dropped since the previous tournament, even though they lost some of their most crucial players. About Roman Saiz, about Aguero at the back, they've lost about Hakim Ziyech, about Amrabat, the boy who took his spot now, the 18-year-old. But they are still good, if not better. They've managed to re-establish themselves, right? Now they've got about Brahim Diaz, you've got about Abde, he did not play today. You've got that boy in the number 9 position who got the goal, I forgot his name. He has just signed for Bayern Munich as well. Onahi, one of the players who was also featuring heavily in the junior ranks for France. He is also playing for Morocco now and is an exceptional player. Brings a lot of stability in that midfield. So it's not like Brazil were bad. They were just up against it with the better side, right? And speaking of them, Brazil, there's not a lot of chemistry going on there. I mean, Carlo Ancelotti, this is his first major tournament as a manager at Brazil. So you can expect that it's going to have a slow start, right? I think the combinations in the midfield especially, they didn't work. Casemiro doesn't have the legs. He's not the tidiest of players in possession as well. So the only thing he can offer you is experience, which you really did not need in this game. He ended up getting a yellow card and being substituted after halftime. Fabinho came in. He was the one who kind of stabilized things. But Brazil, they lack a lot of personnel, man. Brazil are renowned for having exceptional world-class players all over the pitch. But now if you look at their left back, you look at their right back, you go from Marcelo and Abo Cafu, Abo Maicon to the current people that are playing now, which we don't even know. In midfield as well, abo Lucas Paqueta, abo Bruno Guimaraes. You see what I'm talking about? But they are fortunate because they have individual brilliance going forward, right? And those are the players who can ultimately decide games for them, which is what Vinicius Jr. did in getting that equalizer. You also have Rafinha. He didn't have a good game, but you can expect that he'll bounce back in his second game. I think this was Brazil's toughest game in this group. And the fact that they got a draw almost guarantees that they will advance to the knockout phases, right? The only thing they'll be competing for now against Morocco is who finishes first in that group. But yeah, man, hey, it's almost 6 minutes. Fuck. Didn't think I was going to speak this long. I'm just excited that finally we get to feel like we're watching a World Cup. So if you got this far, please comment. Comment amazing, amazing, because this was an amazing game. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye.